Well, the music doesn't seem to want to play today. So, welcome to Unique Truth with Charjay. Things are just not going right today. So, the show was I was supposed to start my series on Money March and the people who have side hustles and stuff like that, and they're trying to get ahead by working a 9 to 5, and then going out at night and building up their product for things that they sell for themselves, trying to do entrepreneurship. My guests can't make it, so I have another topic that is nowhere near what we were going to talk about, and somebody was in my DMs and they asked me. Were they being promiscuous and having too much sex? So my question would be, is there a such thing as having too much sex? Give me a call, 313 355 6018 if you want to say something. If after this we talk about this, you have questions or answers for this person, I'd like to hear what you have to say. 313-355-6018. So, like I said, being promiscuous and having too much sex. Is too much sex bad for you? So, the person said to me in my DMs that they have a feeling that they're having too much sex, or what is considered whorish or promiscuous behavior. They wanted to know. So what she said was she thought she was being a whore because she had had sex one time with 12 different men over a course of a year. So roughly each month she met a different guy, and started dating. And then approximately 3, 4 weeks in, they would have sex, maybe too soon, I don't know. But she didn't do it on purpose, and she fully intended to be in a relationship with each and every one of these guys. With each and every one of these men, she thought she was going to have a relationship. But for one reason or another, she ended up not staying with each of these men. Like, one guy was not what he said he was. He was a liar. He had no job, no car. He was fronting, told her all these things, showed her properties that he said was his, and they were not. And she believed him, and so that relationship ended. Then she said, he was fronting. She met another guy. Turned out he was married, and for a whole month, she was calling his house, and I think she even went to his house. So she didn't know that he was married. So that relationship ended. But again, she waited like 4 weeks, 3.5, 4 weeks. They're going out hot and heavy with each and every one of these guys, and things happened, and she ended up breaking up with that one. Another guy was living with someone. He was a coworker, and they spent all this time together at work and after work at the little job functions on the weekends and stuff. And she never saw him with anybody, so she ended up breaking up with him. One guy was bad in bed, okay, and she was like, she was not going to be with somebody that was bad in bed. I'm sure maybe she shouldn't have used that as a what's the word? Judge on, maybe he was a nice guy, he was just bad in bed. And nobody's good the first couple of times. You have to give it a minute. So I don't know. One time it was her fault. He didn't like her. Maybe she was bad in bed. I don't know. But these are things that occurred in her trying to have a relationship. That guy broke up with her. So how is she? She was wanting to know how she ended up in these predicaments with these guys, and that's not everybody, okay? Then another guy was a big liar. Everything he did, said, was a lie. And I mean, do they hold it together for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden it falls apart? Maybe she should have done more investigation. But some of us are so eager to find a relationship and to be in a relationship with somebody that the things that people say to you, I guess you want to believe them, and you want to be with somebody. And I don't guess I could fault her for these things, but maybe her methods were a little bad. One guy was a little controlling, and she felt that he would turn violent, and she didn't like the way it was going in the relationship. So yeah, she could have stayed with him, but then to what might that have come to be? So yeah. So what did she do? Let's see. She had a bad feeling about him. And she admits, like I said, that maybe she should have done a little bit more investigation into some of these guys. And I think we're all guilty of that at times, that you're so enamored with that person and what they're telling you and how they're making you feel, then, and some of them, their true colors come out, or the situation goes deeper than what beneath the surface. You getting beneath the surface, and issues start to develop. So yeah, like she said, maybe she should have did more investigating before having sex with them. But for the most part, they all presented themselves as good guys. But nevertheless, here we are. And like I say, after about 4 weeks or so, she would have sex with them. And her question, like I said, it would go to hell in a handbasket. And her question is she a hoe? So I wouldn't define her as that. I would define her, and many other women and people, period, I would define them as trying to find love, trying to find that person. And what's the saying? You have to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to your prince. Maybe she should hold on. Maybe a couple of those guys would have worked out. Some of them, maybe if she'd have dug a little deeper, she could have figured out that, maybe this one wasn't as bad as she thought, or that one wasn't as good as she thought, and she shouldn't have slept with him. So these are things that we must take a look at before we jump at somebody. And that's where she has the problem. Is that too much sex? Is that too much sex? Was she having too much sex? Was she being promiscuous? Is she a whore? Those are the things that she's asking herself. And after a while, you do come down on yourself. Now, first off, I wouldn't call anybody that. And because technically, she has only had sex 12 times in a year. And regardless of with how many men, she only had sex 12 times. So I don't think that makes her a whore or promiscuous for that matter. I have some people that are hold on, y'all, I'm getting okay. I don't know. I know people that sleep with 5, 6 different guys a month, and she only slept with one guy a month. And I hate to put people's business out there like that, but that's what they do. To me, that would make somebody a hoe if they had sex with, say, 12 different men within 1 month, as opposed to 12 different men within 1 year. Now, and even at that, even if she did do that, anybody, what they're doing, that's their business. Let's start there. That's their business. Because I know a woman who has sex every day, but it's with her man. And they do it twice on Sunday, and if they can, they do it twice on Saturday. So if you add that up, that's at least 400 times in a month, over 400 times in a year. So does that make that woman who does it every day a hoe, even though it's with her man? Because that's what most would say, no, because she's with her man. So what do you do with that? The sheer volume of, if you look at the sheer volume of sex, then how do you categorize who was the hoe? One person only has sex 12 times within a year in an attempt to find a significant other, and she ended up having 12 failed relationships. And before y'all ask, she did use a condom each and every time she had sex, okay? So there. Whereas the woman with her significant other has had sex over 400 times within that same year. And to me, that's a hard one to call. If you ask me, would you judge a man as harshly as that? If he had sex with 12 women, 1 per month, you would say he was a player. But because it's a woman, you would categorize her as a hoe. And I don't think that's fair. You're watching Wjzz Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV. It is the coolest station in the world. If you've got something to say about this, I would really like to hear what you have to say. 313-355-6018. And the reason why I would like to hear what you have to say is the simple fact that this person is beating themselves up because they feel like they're wrong for doing what they're doing or trying to find a relationship. Now maybe she should not. I don't think that's enough time to judge whether you're going to be with somebody. I don't know, 4 weeks you have sex with them. I guess that's okay if that's what you choose to do. Again, I say that's your business. Like I said, I don't think you would judge a man as harshly. Then that got me to thinking: is too much sex bad for you? What is considered too much sex? 400 times a year seems like a lot. But then 12 different penises seems like a lot. So multiple men or a lot of sex, one time with multiple men or a lot of sex with one person, both of which can play havoc on your body. So, for women, urinary tract infections come to mind, yeast infections come to mind, and even for a man, they can rub the skin off their penis from having too much sex. So, what gauges too much sex? And I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be an expert. God knows I'm not an expert. I ain't having sex, so we ain't. I can't tell you. But I think what works for one person, that works for my friend and her husband. They have sex like that all the time. So that works for them. That probably wouldn't work for you or I, but that's them. And the girl who had sex that many times, she's feeling bad about herself. But it was only one time a month. And I'm not going to say that makes it okay. I think the issue comes up with the fact that it was with 12 different people. I think that's where the issue comes from, and that's what's causing her to feel the way that she feels. She feels like she's done something wrong, that she's a bad person for having sex with that many people within the year. And some of y'all may think she is a bad person, but that's not your business or my business. That's her business. And I don't know. I don't know if I was in that situation or if that had happened to me, how I would feel. And the fact that she reached out, that means she feels really bad. She said she feels really bad about this. And I don't think she should. I really don't think she should feel bad about living her life. And I don't think she's a hoe or a whore or whatever you want to call her. I don't think she's promiscuous. I just think she got caught up in some bad things, in some bad situations. And the result, I bet none of the guys she was with, I bet they don't feel bad about what occurred. Having sex with her and moving on, or having sex with her and having somebody else and lying to her, or trying to control her. I don't think they feel bad, so I don't understand why she feels bad. But as women, or some people, as women, I think we are hard on ourselves for the things we do. What do you say to that? I can't tell that girl, yeah, you're a whore. Or I can't tell her that not to feel how she feels. She shouldn't feel how she feels. But I can't make that decision or determination about her situation for her. I can only talk to her and try to help her, because nobody should feel like that about themselves. Nobody should make you feel like that about yourself, and you shouldn't accept those things if somebody says that to you. She shouldn't feel like that, okay? Again, 313-355-6018 if you've got something to say. I know a lot of people that have had a lot of sex. the person that I said that has sex every day, she has no problem that she speaks of, and she is happy in her sex life. She loves her man. They like to get it in as much as possible. They're not having, say, hour-long, they're not doing it all night long or nothing like that. It'd be quickies and whatnot, but they have some form of sex every single day. And I think that's a good thing if you're in a relationship like that. They just manage to get in some form of sex every day. Be it a 5-minute quickie, some oral, or a hand job. That's just, they manage to have an orgasm every day. And they look happy. They look like they're a happy couple. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe. But that's what works for them. So doctors say that you should listen to your body. If you can handle sex every day and you feel okay with that, with what you're doing, doctors say go for it. I remember my doctor saying that to me. You should do some form of exercise, even if it's sex, every day. And he was like, an orgasm is the best way to have a good day. So there you go. But now the one that did it with 12 men, she says she's going to stop dating for a while, and maybe she should have took a break between all of that. You know? Okay, I don't know what that is. Maybe she should take a break and try to find a man and go slow and try to build a relationship before she has sex. I do understand. People want to be with somebody. They want that connection. They want that intimacy. They want that closeness. And sometimes they jump the gun. It's a whole lot of people that have jumped into bed with people, and that was the wrong person for them to be with. They should not have done that. They should have stopped and thought about this first. But we want to be touched. We want to be held. We want to feel the other person, and that's just human nature. So I do not knock her for seeking what human nature wants you to feel. So, no, I don't think she's a hoe. I don't think she should feel bad about herself. I hope she's listening. I just don't think she should feel like that. She hopes she finds someone so she could settle down and doesn't have to go through this again. But I think she needs to take her time when she meets the next person. She's very attractive, she says. Well, that's what she says. I don't know. But she's very attractive, and she says she gets attention from a lot of men, and she wants that relationship. But I think taking your time and getting to know that person a little bit better will do you a world of good. Do not try to force it. And I think that's what happened in all of her situations. She wanted it to work. She didn't do any investigation. Although she felt that she did her due diligence, it just still didn't, turn out right. Maybe if she had waited 2 months as opposed to 1 month, she would have saw those people for what they are. I don't know. Like I said, the one guy broke up with her. He didn't like her. Maybe she did something in that situation that put him it made him feel ill at ease, and he broke up with her. So, or maybe he just wanted to have sex with her and then he decided to move on. I do not know. I was not there. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, that he broke up with her and they ended it like that. So, I don't know. What do y'all think about that? If she, is she a hoe? It's weighing on my mind because I keep going between, this person had sex within 1 year, even though with her man 400 and something times. I think it's like 417 times if you do the math, just off the top of my head. Twice every day, that's 365. Twice on Saturday, and twice on Sunday, that's another 52. So roughly, okay. And then this person had sex one time each month with 12 different men. what's the, if we're looking at sheer volume, then this person with the 417 times or however many, this person did it way more times than this person. Is this too much sex? This is probably too many people, but it was only one time. And that's my dilemma. That's a hard one for me. And I could see it's the volume of guys. This is the volume of sex that was had. This is the volume of people that she had sex with, that another person had sex with. Which is worse? Is there a worse? Is there a better? That's a really hard question. It's the other side of the coin. And it's like, how do you, I don't, that one has me. That one has me perplexed, to say the least. 417 times, 12 times. One person, 417 times, 12 people, 12 different people, one time each. I don't know. I wish somebody would help me with this. 313-355-6018. I know it's just an opinion, but I would like somebody else's opinion on that. That's one that really has me down. And this has this person, my friend who has sex every day, she feels fine. She doesn't care. She's having sex with her man. This girl that had sex one time per month with 12 different guys, she has a problem with what she's done. That she did this. She feels like a bad person. She feels like a slut. She used that word. She feels like a slut. I would never call her that. Whatever she did is her business. Whatever they do, that's their business. But it's just the fact that you cannot, I can't call that one. And it's hard. And then I say again, is there such thing as too much sex? I don't think so. But who am I? I'm not having the sex to say whether it's too much or not. Maybe I need to have too much in order to say, hey, yeah, that was too much. But, we're not there yet. So I'm really finding a hard time with that one. Is this too much sex, or was that too many people, or is this too much sex? Yeah. Is there a such thing as having too much sex? And like I say, they seem like they happy. They do it every day. They always laughing and touching and hugging and kissing because they having sex every day. I guess that's okay, and that's what works for them. Most couples don't have sex every day. Most couples do not have sex every day. Okay? Yeah, so I can't call that. Now, I will say that I would have called this girl, I would have said that a person that had sex with 12 men throughout the month, even though that's their business, 12 different men throughout the month, 12 different men each and every month throughout the year, I think I would have called her a slut. But one guy, because that's a lot of sex. Yeah, 12 times 12 is what? No, that's a lot of people. Okay, I can't even add that much. But I don't think this girl should feel bad about herself. I really do not think she should feel bad about herself, because she didn't do anything wrong. She tried to have a relationship. It's just how the circumstances ended up. So, I can't be mad at that. You're watching the Unique Truth Show with Sharjay, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Hello. Okay, I've got a call. Hello? Can't hear you. Just barely. Sweetie, speak up a little bit. Okay. Maybe they'll call back. I don't know what's going on, but that I could not hear that person. So, please give me a call back, because I need to know somebody else's opinion about this. I really do. Because I don't want that girl to be sitting there feeling like she's a bad person. Or, let's try it one more. Hello. Okay, I can hear you a little bit better. Go ahead. Let's try to figure this out.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out why did she feel bad. It's been 12 guys. If I was going to feel bad about it, I would have felt bad after the 6th guy. So she continued on that same pattern 12 times before she realized, okay, I feel bad about it now. I do whatever
Well,
I want whenever I want to.
I see what you're saying.
It's single.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying after she got to the sixth guy, but then you meet somebody else, because that wasn't really a question of mine, but she did say that she started not to go with, say, the next guy, but he was nice, and she fell for it. And again, so yes, it is a pattern. You're absolutely correct. And she needs to do a little bit more investigating before she lays down with somebody.
And you're correct. And she shouldn't feel bad about it. Because she's single. She's looking, seeking some kind of love or some kind of companion. So she should not feel bad about it.
Right.
Do as you please as long as you're single. I just do whatever I like. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I'll find something else to do.
Exactly, exactly. No, she shouldn't feel bad, but she does, and I can kind of see what she's saying and where she's coming from, because after 12 failed relationships, you're right, it's a pattern, and it's her. I get that. Some of it was her, some of it was not, but she fell for the lies. She fell for you know, for it, and that's how it ended up.
So she don't have a wait period or how long she waits. She just decides, okay, this is the day I'm going to have sex, because she's done it month after month after month. When I'm in something with somebody for a month, and then I get out of that, it takes me a little longer than a month to decide,
She should wait
you know,
longer. She should wait
yeah,
longer.
she should wait a little longer than the small amount of time she's giving herself to find what she's looking for.
Right.
Because if you're doing it every month, you haven't even got a week or so in with this guy before you jump in the bed with him.
Yeah, yeah, she's jumping out. Yeah, I get it. I get it. She should wait.
So let us do these things to ourselves.
Yes, we do these things to ourselves. You're absolutely correct. We're all guilty of putting ourselves in situations that are not the best for us, and then we feel bad about the result that we got from it. I get that.
Right. And you question, should I have did this different? Should I have did that different? But that guy was going to be that guy he was, regardless of what you did differently.
Right. You do. So thank you for calling. I appreciate your opinion on this. You gave me something else to think about. She is a pattern that she's doing, that she's putting herself in, and she needs to come out of that. It's not the fact that she had the sex. It's the fact that it's a pattern that she's created for herself.
Correct, because I found for myself doing things similar to what she was doing, and now I have a little friend that I keep in my drawer, so then I can hold on to this longer because I got that friend in the drawer.
I think we all got a thing in the drawer, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling, babe. So what she was saying was maybe she should use that thing that's in her drawer, as opposed to I don't know where that feedback is coming from. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. Maybe she should go for self-pleasuring, as opposed to jumping into bed with all these people. Okay. I do not know why that's doing that. I do not know why that's doing that. Okay. So, no, she should not feel bad. But what she should look at, like the caller said, she should look at her pattern of the way she picks the guys that she's dealing with. That's what she should do. And if she did that, maybe she would not have gotten to 12 guys. Maybe, like, why didn't the caller say, why didn't she stop at 6? Why didn't she realize there was an issue at 6 guys? And again, if she would have self-pleasured, she probably wouldn't have had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That, and if she was satisfying herself, say, maybe she could have taken her time and gotten to know these people, and not ended up in a 12 with 12 strikeouts, 12 strikes, not strikeouts, but you know what I mean. I'm not a baseball person that much. So anyway, yeah, that's something to think about too. She shouldn't feel bad about what she's done because she's done it. She can't take it back. It's not, it's a learning experience. She knows now, but she should look at this pattern that she's doing. Every 3-4 weeks, she has sex with this new guy. And honestly, I want to know where's she meeting all these men at. That's what I want to know. Shit, if we being real honest, because she didn't had 12 for the year. Yeah, okay. I don't know where she's meeting these guys at. And I mean, I meet people, but it's not like I want to have sex with everybody that I meet. So, hey, that's what I'm saying. But she's doing that and she's having sex with them. Maybe she's jumping the gun. Maybe she's got a bad picker, so to speak. Maybe she's picking the wrong people. So, yeah, that's the thing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she should look at that pattern, like the caller said. Something is amiss in her picking and the way the relationships are progressing. Something is amiss in that, and she needs to fix that. And then maybe if she fixed that, the rest will work out because something's not right. I didn't think about it like that until the caller said that pattern. There's a pattern there. Every 3-4 weeks, she meets a guy. Every 3-4 weeks. So that means, we're getting deep into this one now. That means that after she has sex with this one, she breaks up, and maybe it's not a complete month because that time she breaks up with them for some reason, or finds out after the sex that things ain't right. Then she meets another guy, or maybe she knew the guy all along and she just decided to start talking to this guy. I don't know what that situation is. If she tells me, y'all know I like to do follow-ups. If she tells me, I'll do a follow-up. And we can maybe get to some more facts about the situation. But so maybe she knows the guys all along, and then she just decides to start dating them, and then she has sex with them, because it takes a while to get comfortable with somebody, as far as I feel, before you have sex with them. So maybe she already knew the guys and then start dating them, and then not, because 4 weeks, then you meet another guy on, say, day 31, or the first of the next month, or something like that. I want to know how she doing that. That's the part I really would be interested in trying to find out. How is she doing that part? How is she meeting the guys? Are these guys that she already knew? And then she decided to go out with them, and then they have sex after 3-4 weeks? Or is she meeting the guy on the first of the month, and then by the 30th, she having sex with them? And then what happens in February? She met him on the 1st. She had sex with him about 28th, even though this past February had 29 days. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, these are questions that I need answers to. And I think when I get home, I'm going to send her a message, because I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. But again, I say, is that too much sex? What's too much sex? Is that promiscuous? Is that having sex every day, twice on Sunday, sometimes twice on Saturday? Is that too much sex? Sex can be, I mean, if they doing it, I just don't see myself doing that. Maybe, if with the right person. But if they're doing it every day, like I said, they seem happy. They don't seem like they have no problems or nothing. I don't know. I'm not there all the time, thank God, because they having sex all the time. I don't want to be there all the time. When they're doing that. But when I go by, they seem happy. I never heard her say, we was arguing yesterday. I never heard her say that. So maybe there is no such thing as, too much sex. I think what you do in your relationship is the amount of sex that's best for y'all. Some people, I do know some people, and you would think that it would be the woman, but I do know a couple of guys that are friends of mine. They don't want to have sex all the time. They just don't want to do it. They want to come home, they want to watch TV, and they want to eat, and they want to be left alone. They say, I remember one of them saying, she just always trying to do it to me. And I thought that was the strangest thing I'd ever heard. What do you mean? I thought you liked that kind of stuff. He's like, not all the time, okay? It's like, I'm a little tired. So, is there an equal balance in relationships? There should be, but sometimes there's not, and a lot of men don't want to have sex all the time, and a lot of women don't do, and then in some relationships, and then the women don't want to have sex, and the men do. So, you got to find your balance for you and your person. I do not think that that girl should call herself a slut or a whore. And hello.
Hi, I wanted to comment on a couple that's having sex every day.
Okay.
I don't think every day is too much, but for me, when I was in a relationship, it
You
was better when I waited at least 2 or 3 days in between time.
so you think
Every day is like,
every day is too
and
much?
in between time, 2 days or so, and I found exactly like I said, in 2 days is needed.
So every day is too much, and then you said every 2 days or something like that. I think she got cut off, but I think that's what she said. Every day is too much. Every 2 days would be okay for her. And I guess that's fair, but I do think in a relationship that you got to figure it out for yourself. Every other day probably would be good. If you, if I was in a situation, that sounds about right. Every other day. But I think it's just how you feel about your person. My friends, they do it every day. That works for them. Okay. Hello.
Hello, how you doing, sir?
I'm good.
You know what?
You got a comment?
Someone who loves sex. I mean, love it. But
Hello.
every day, and I'm not a bad person. I don't want to write this very bad at me. I like different things, different ways, but every day to the same person, I'm gonna be bored.
Every day.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get bored, and I know they probably don't, and I'm glad that they're happy. It's not me.
But you think
I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna be like, I'm not interested anymore.
every day to the same person?
And I would be bored. I would lose interest.
You don't think you could do it to your person every day?
No. I like different things we can do. I understand that. That's exciting, but I would get bored.
I mean, y'all can spice it up, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Can, but I would get bored. I would get bored. I'd be like, I'm very tired.
So what's good?
I would be bored.
How much would be enough for you with your person without you being bored?
Whenever I want it, but not every day. Whenever I want it, whenever I feel like I'm in the mood. I want to please him. I can. We're gonna do that, but not every day.
Okay.
No.
So I can't speak to that one. I'm not sure if I loved my person and he made it good to me every day. I think I could. I think I could.
I love my person, and I'm sure my person loves me, but not every day. I don't want to do it every day. I would lose interest. I don't know what you call me, what kind of person, but I would lose interest. Love that person, but I would lose interest.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling. I appreciate. Wait, what do you think about the girl who did it the 12 times with the 12 different, one time with 12 different guys? What do you think about her?
She's looking for something. That's what I think. She's looking for something. Something's missing in her life.
Something's missing in her life.
I'm serious. I think she's trying to make up for something that she don't have.
But do you think just based on the sheer volume of the sex that she had, that's not a lot of sex to where she would consider herself?
Let me say this. I didn't get a chance to hear the first of the show. I heard some of it, but a person that has 12 different partners.
Right. So for different reasons. Well, she said that, even though it was 12 different people, every time she did it with one of them, she thought she was going to be in a relationship with them, but for various reasons, it did not work out. So that's what happened. Huh?
Not that necessarily that when you're in a sexual relationship that you have to wait. But she's moving too fast.
Yeah, she moving too fast. Yeah.
Too fast.
Yeah.
You know, she's moving too fast.
Right. All right. Thanks for calling. I do appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Um. I don't know, y'all. It is an issue with the young lady. But I don't know what to say about that. What you gonna do? Hold on, y'all. Sorry about this. Okay, I don't know what you gonna do with that. I mean, after, like the first caller said, after 6 failed relationships, doing it the way she was doing it, I probably would have had to back up and try to figure it out. I would have had to back up and try to figure it out. I don't think I would have went with the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th person. I do not think that I would have done that. I think that I would have had to stop. I would have stopped. It probably would have broke my heart, and I probably would have been in tears after that 6th relationship broke up, because I would have started to think that, damn, what am I doing wrong? Like they say, there's a pattern there. And I probably would have started to realize something ain't right, and it's probably with me. Although, like she said, a couple of those things were not her fault, but maybe she should have saw it. And I think we kick ourselves for not seeing things that are effed up in our situation. You know, it's like, damn, if I'd have thought, I saw that, but I didn't, you know, in hindsight, when you think about things, you know, you start to say, well, damn, yeah, I didn't catch that, and I should have. And that's when we start to feel bad. That's when we start to call ourselves promiscuous or slutty or whorish or whatever she's calling herself. And she shouldn't. Don't call yourself those things, honey. That's not true. The volume of sex was not what makes you should make you feel like that, or what I think makes you feel like that, is the fact that you did it with 12 people. It's not the fact that you did it, it's just the fact that you did it with 12 different people. But it was only one time for the year. Yeah, don't ever be down on yourself like that. You're watching Wjzz Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV. It is the coolest station in the world. So, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. You know, it's like she thinks it's her fault. She thinks that she is a bad person, and she should not. She should, from now on, move slower, go slower. You know, don't be in a hurry with to be with somebody. And I think that's pretty much was the issue. She's moving too fast, and like the caller said, they're moving too fast, and she has a pattern. She says she's looking for something. Something's wrong with her, and she is. And there's nothing wrong with trying to find your person. You just need to wait. If that person is for you, if that person is for you, you'll know it. You'll know when it's right. Okay, and I'm sure she had some red flags when she was dealing with these people, but she just wanted to kind of be with somebody, and she just moving too fast. Now, my friends that had sex every day, the caller said she thinks she would get bored. They don't seem like they're bored. Like I said, they seem like they're having a really good life. You know, I'm on the outside looking in, a little envious maybe because, you know, whether they do it every day or not, they got each other, they happy. So, you know, that works for them. Don't know if it will work for me, but it works for them. Now, I can't call that one. I really can't call that, because if that's your person and you like that person and you just want to touch that person, and if it happens to happen every day, I think I would be okay with it, you know, because that's my person and I love them. So, yeah, I don't think I would get bored, but to each his own. Yeah. And like I said, the young lady that's saying she's all those names, she not those names. She not. And she shouldn't call herself that. And she just needs to slow down in the next situation and figure out what this person that she's dealing with is about. If she waits a while, his true colors will show. And that's with anybody. If you wait a while, their true colors will show. And how you deal with that person, like she said, the one guy was controlling. How you deal with that person or how that person deals with you in difficult situations, that'll give you some insight as to whether you should continue. And I'm sure for that, red flags were there. She probably was on that I want to be with him feeling, that she didn't notice him. Maybe the red flags were there for the guy that was living with somebody or the guy that was married. Like I said, she said he took her to his home that he shares with his wife. She don't know where the wife was, but she figured it out afterwards. Damn, that was his marital home. So yeah, so maybe she needs to slow down. She needs to slow down and take her time and figure out what this person is about before she falls into bed with them. And maybe it won't be as bad. Because again, I think after the sixth time, I would have just been like, what in the hell am I doing wrong? And I would have stopped to think that I am doing something incorrectly. All right? Okay, so you guys know every Sunday at the church, 600 East Warren, Plymouth United Methodist Church, Reverend Hood's Church, we pass out food on Sundays at 11 a.m. Like I said, when I pull up at 10:45, 10:50, it is a line, not a big line. We let people wait inside when it's cold. It's good, fresh food. We don't always have the same thing. Sometimes it's a tremendous amount and sometimes it's not, but it's always something and it's always fresh and it's always free. We don't ask you no questions. We don't ask your name, say where you live. We don't do none of that. We pray, we pass out the food, you be on your merry little way. Okay? It takes about 45 minutes for us to get you on in and on out the way. Okay. That's I'll be looking for stuff to tell y'all. So if you've got some information that you want to tell us, you want me to pass on, please don't hesitate to do that because I'm here to help. Okay. As always, if you want to sponsor my show, be a guest on my show, or sponsor or advertise on any show that's on Wjzz Cool TV, you can reach out to me on my Unique Truth Facebook page. You can reach out to the station at the Wjzz Cool TV Facebook page, and we will figure it out from there. Okay? So that's I'm trying to think what else I need to tell you because I don't have notes in front of me. I usually do, but today I don't. So I'm going through my mind trying to figure it out. All right. So other than that, y'all, that's pretty much going to do it for me. I enjoy y'all. I appreciate y'all. I always appreciate when y'all are here. I do this for y'all, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for y'all. All right. So have a good night. Thanks for joining me, and bye for now.